In the first episode of Squid Game, we meet the protagonist, Sung Gi-hun, a down-on-his-luck man struggling with financial troubles, gambling addiction, and a strained relationship with his daughter. Facing immense debt and desperate for a way out, he encounters a mysterious man who offers him a chance to play a series of children's games for a massive cash prize. Gi-hun, along with hundreds of others facing dire circumstances, agrees to participate and finds himself transported to a secluded location where the first game, Red Light, Green Light, takes place. What seems like a harmless childhood game quickly turns deadly as participants are ruthlessly eliminated if they're caught moving after the command, Red Light. The intense and harrowing game results in numerous casualties, shocking the contestants with the grim reality of the situation. As panic sets in, Gi-hun and others scramble to survive while uncovering the true stakes of these deadly games. In the second episode of Squid Game, the survivors of the first deadly game grapple with the trauma and shock of witnessing their fellow contestants brutally eliminated. Sung Gi-hun, along with others, grapples with the emotional aftermath while trying to comprehend the gravity of their situation. As they contemplate whether to continue participating or opt out, they receive a chilling reminder of the consequences awaiting them in the outside world, pushing many to reluctantly return to the games. The group faces the challenge of forming alliances amidst distrust and uncertainty, trying to navigate the sinister rules and complexities of the games. With tension and fear mounting, alliances begin to form while individual motivations and backstories gradually surface. The episode delves deeper into the characters' personal struggles, shedding light on their pasts and the reasons behind their desperate choices. Each revelation adds layers to the complexity of the game and the participants' interconnected fates. Subscribe. In episode 3 of Squid Game, as the vans carrying the players travel to their destination, Jun-ho follows them and hides, subduing a guard and stealing his clothes and mask to infiltrate the inner workings of the games. After waking up in the dorms, the players are more prepared and start forming alliances. Gi-hun, Sang-woo, Player 1, and Ali team up and note that most players returned, including player 212, who was the first to beg to leave. Se-bayek sneaks into the vents and observes staff workers in a kitchen. In the second game, the players are to pick a stamped shape out of a dalgona. Sang-woo identifies the game quickly, using information from Se-bayek, but does not warn his teammates and picks the simplest shape for himself. Gi-hun completes the game despite having the highest difficulty shape, an umbrella, by licking the back of the honeycomb to melt the thinner outline of the shape. Player 212 helps Yaksu complete the game with a smuggled lighter. A player takes a higher-ranked staff member hostage before killing himself. The staff member is killed, and Jun-ho takes the new mask. In episode 4 of Squid Game, player 111, a disgraced doctor, secretly works with a handful of guards to harvest organs from dead players to sell on the black market in return for information on upcoming game. When Yaksu kills a player accusing him of taking extra food, the guards do nothing to stop him, and the prize money's value is increased. Realizing they can freely kill other players to raise the prize money, Yaksu and his gang start a massive riot after lights out. Gi-hun's group survives and exchanges names to build trust. Player 199 is Ali and player 067 is Kang Se-bayek. Player 1, because of his brain tumor, has trouble remembering his name. In the third game, players are told to form groups of 10. For Gi-hun's team, Se-bayek recruits player 240. The game is revealed to be tug of war on 2 raised platforms, where a team wins by dragging the opposing team off the other platform to their deaths. Yaksu, having learned of the game from player 111 beforehand, picks only strong men and rejects Min-yu, who joins Gi-hun's team. After Yaksu's team wins their match handily, Gi-hun's team struggles against another all-male team. In episode 5 of Squid Game, Gi-hun's team wins their tug-of-war match with player 1's strategy and Sang-woo's quick thinking. Anticipating another riot, they build a barricade and spend the night taking turns on guard, but Yaksu's team does not attack. Gi-hun reminisces on a similar situation from 10 years ago, when he and many other workers from an automobile factory protested a mass layoff, which caused the failed trajectory of Gi-hun's life. Player 240 attempts to befriend Se-bayek, but she does not reciprocate. Jun-ho witnesses the organ harvesting racket as the guard whose identity he stole took part in it. Player 111 turns on the racketeers when the guards are unable to tell him what the next game is. Everyone involved in the racket, except Jun-ho, is eventually killed, including player 111. The front man begins a facility-wide manhunt for Jun-ho, who breaks into the front man's office. Jun-ho learns that the game has been running for over 30 years and that his elder brother, Wang In-ho, was the winner in 2015. In episode 6 of Squid Game, the players see the bodies of player 111 and his co-conspirators strung up for cheating and are assured that the games are designed to give every player a fair chance without discrimination. For the fourth game, players are told to pair up but discover that instead of working as a team, they will have to play against their partner in a marble game of their choice. Whoever gets all their partner's marbles within 30 minutes will win and survive. Se-byuk and player 240, named Ji-young, share their life stories. Ji-young sees Se-byuk has more to live for and sacrifices herself. Sang-woo tricks Ali into giving up his marbles and wins. Yak-soo wins against his partner and henchman, player 278. Gi-hun exploits player 001's dementia to defeat him, only to discover that the old man was aware of the deception the entire time. Player 001, who remembers his name as Oh-il-nam, allows Gi-hun to win anyway, as he is his gunbu, trusted friend. Gi-hun and Se-byuk are traumatized by the deaths of their friends. In episode 7 of Squid Game, the players return to find Min-yu, who did not have a partner for the marbles game, still alive. Foreign VIPs who had been wagering on the games remotely arrive to watch and wager on the following rounds live. Jun-ho, posing as one of the masked servants, is sexually propositioned by one of them. In a private room, he attacks the VIP, records his confession, and escapes the island. Meanwhile, the fifth game has players crossing a 2-panel wide bridge where the panels are each made of either tempered or regular glass, the latter of which cannot support their weight. The players at the front of the line fall to their deaths as they progressively test the panels. Yak-soo refuses to move despite the clock ticking, daring others to pass him. Min-yu grabs him and, as revenge for betraying her, pulls him down with her to their deaths. Player 017, a seasoned glass worker, is able to determine which panels are safe until the front man turns off the lights, removing his advantage. With time running out, Sang-woo pushes player 017 to his death, revealing the last trick panel. Only Gi-hun, Sang-woo, and Se-byuk complete the game. At its conclusion, in episode 8 of Squid Game, as finalists, Gi-hun, Sang-woo, and Se-byuk are given a change of outfit to formal clothes. Se-byuk hides a severe stab wound she received from the glass bridge explosion. After eating dinner, each player is left with a steak knife. Gi-hun suggests to Se-byuk that they should ally against Sang-woo, realizing he will do anything to win. Se-byuk instead begs Gi-hun to promise that whoever wins the game will look after the other's loved ones. Gi-hun goes to kill Sang-woo when he falls asleep, but Se-byuk stops him, telling him he is not a murderer. Se-byuk's injury worsens, prompting Gi-hun to call for help. When Gi-hun is away, Sang-woo kills Se-byuk, and the guards arrive only to collect her corpse. Furious and heartbroken, Gi-hun tries to attack Sang-woo, but is prevented by the guards. Meanwhile, Jun-ho makes it to another island, but is quickly tracked down by the front man and the guards. To Jun-ho's shock, the front man reveals himself to be his brother, In-ho, who tries to recruit him. When he refuses, In-ho shoots Jun-ho in the shoulder, causing him to fall back over a cliff edge and into the sea. In the final episode of Squid Game, Gi-hun defeats Sang-woo after a brutal fight but refuses to kill him. He begs Sang-woo to stop the game using the third clause. Sang-woo instead stabs himself in the neck and asks Gi-hun to take care of his mother before dying. Gi-hun is returned to Seoul with a bank card to access the prize money, but discovers his own mother has died. A year later, Gi-hun remains traumatized and has not touched his prize money out of guilt. He receives an invitation card from his gunbu and finds Oh-il-nam on his deathbed. Il-nam reveals he created the game to entertain bored, wealthy people like himself. He chose games he played as a child and participated in Gi-hun's group out of nostalgia. As they talk, Il-nam wagers with Gi-hun on whether an unconscious man lying on a street corner will be helped before midnight. The man is saved just before the stroke of midnight, and Il-nam dies shortly after. Gi-hun retrieves Se-byuk's brother and has him looked after by Sang-woo's mother and gives them a share of the prize money. As Gi-hun travels to the airport to reconnect with his daughter in Los Angeles, he sees the same game recruiter playing Dakji with another desperate player.